You want to know the real reason why you're overwhelmed, inconsistent, and doubting yourself every other week? It's not your strategy, it's not your mindset, it's not that you're not cut out for this, but it's because you're too plugged in, you're too logged on, you're too addicted to the very machine that's convincing you that you're not enough, while quietly making other people rich off of your attention. But here's the cold truth. You'd be richer if you logged out. You'd be freer, you'd be in flow. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly why logging out isn't just a mental health move, it's a money move, because it made me over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K. So let's get it. Social media's tricked you into comparing your backstage grind to someone else's front row highlight reel. You watch people that flex success that haven't even cashed out on it yet. You're listening to fake business gurus that talk about revenue instead of profit. You're looking at creators that seem productive but haven't made profit in 12 months. You're listening to people that bought courses yesterday and are flexing like they've mastered it. And what do? You start questioning your pace, your process, your purpose. You scroll and you shrink. You scroll and you stall. But here's your reframe. Comparison's the distraction that's stealing your execution. So log out, lock in, and start building something instead of consuming someone else's illusion. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll just keep on stalling on what it is that you can build for yourself. And you'll probably be believing the lie that consumption helps with your creation, when consumption does not equal creation. And if you want to just continue believing the biggest lie that is holding you back from all of your entrepreneurial endeavors, then feel free with that and just keep on watching everybody else's highlight reels instead of creating your own. But let me be as clear as possible. Motivational posts do not move the needle. YouTube rabbit holes do not build your offer. Saving a ton of YouTube videos to your watch later playlist does not make you a content creator. You're mistaking inspiration for implementation. You don't need to watch another video about productivity hacks or morning routines. You need to sit down and launch the damn product. Test the offer, test the funnel, film the video. You need to create more than you consume. Or you'll just keep cheering for people that are living the life that you were meant to build. Log out and go build something real. And look, you can't think clearly with 100 voices in your head. You're not lazy, you're overloaded. There's too many opinions, too many strategies, too many people saying do this in your head. One person says YouTube, one person says TikTok, another person says some passive, easy, lazy, side hustle, passive income type of crap. One says launch a webinar, the other says launch a mini course. You are flooded, and flooded brains don't execute, they freeze. So here's the shift. You need to log out so you can tune in, not to peace and quiet, but to your own voice, your intuition, your vision, your system. So you can actually focus, and focus, F-O-C-U-S, stands for follow one course until successful, not 12, not 3 at once, one until it hits. And whether you realize it or not, all this stuff that you're consuming is training you. What you tune into, you turn into, and what entertains you trains you. You keep watching low-key broke creators with no offers, you're absorbing their mindset, their bad habits. You keep on listening to business gurus that prioritize revenue over profit, because majority of these guys out here aren't talking about the money that they actually collected. They're just talking about revenue numbers, not profits. You're adopting their misplaced priorities. That algorithm doesn't care about your vision. It cares about your watch time. So log out and ask yourself, am I the creator or consumer today? Because one gets paid while the other just claps. And everybody that cannot attain their goals or whatever it is that they want to do financially or as an entrepreneur, majority of them that never get there, they always consume more than they create, when you want to be a creator more than you consume. There's a great piece of American theater called Baby Boy. And in Baby Boy, there was a great philosopher by the name of Jody, played by Tyrese. And there's this one scene in Baby Boy where Jody, he's standing outside of the flea market and he's saying to his homeboy, just look around at all these people out here. He's selling bean pies, she's selling dresses, he's selling CDs, and we just standing here broke. Look at all this transaction happening. The buying and selling of goods, that's commerce. Well, in the online game, that is consumption versus creation. And all of the people they can't get right, they're just consuming everything. They're not creating anything, and they're wondering why they can't get ahead. And you're listening to what everybody does. You're watching what everybody does instead of doing what those people that you listen to and that they watch do. I guarantee you that all the people whose content that you consume make way more content than you do. Why don't you flip that? Start creating some stuff so people tune in to you, to hear what you have to say, to learn from what you have to do, to start to get your perspective on certain things, to start to know, like, and trust you so they can start to buy your offers that you have to offer. But you'll never build that know, like, and trust factor to where somebody actually feels good about them spending their money with you if you don't put anything out into the marketplace for them to consume. You cannot just be a consumer. You have to become the creator. And every single person that feels unfulfilled in life, they feel that way because they don't create anything as they were intended to do by God. I don't know what you choose to believe in, but I believe in God. I believe in the higher power. I believe in the Elohim. And I remember one day I was just going back to all my favorite pieces of literature, all my favorite musicians' albums, right? And I wanted to know what the first words that my favorite artist said on their introduction to the world, right? Because I was like, oh, if this is somebody's first album, what is the first thing that they want their audience to hear, right? And then I was going back and I opened up the Bible and I was like, I wonder what the first words were in the Bible, because if this was written through the words of God, what did God want people to know about him? The first 5 words in the Bible are, in the beginning, God created. And then later on in the first book of Genesis, it says that we are made in the image of God. So if God is the ultimate creator of the universe and we are made in his image, then that means that we are intended to create just like God. And if you just look around at the earth, nothing else has the creation abilities as humans do. So that's why if you really pay attention, the root issue of everybody that feels unfulfilled in life, they feel that way because they're not creating as they were intended to be. I'm happy and fulfilled in life. Why? Because I create all the time. Rocky here. Come here, Rocky. Come here. Rocky here. I'm dog sitting my pop's dog right now, but Rocky here. Rocky is a very happy dog. Guess what? Rocky, he doesn't create anything, so he doesn't feel unfulfilled. All he has to do is just walk around and poop on stuff all day. He's happy doing that and running in the grass because that's what he was supposed to do. And he looks forward to sniffing stuff and pooping and peeing on stuff all day because that is what Rocky's supposed to do. He looks forward to each and every single day, just like I look forward to each and every single day because I create as the creator that I was intended to be. So every hour you spend scrolling, you could have made an ebook. You could have made a lead magnet. You could have made a piece of content that would have attracted somebody to buy your offer or your product. You could have scheduled some emails to sell while you're asleep. And here's what you need to understand. The real flex is not a following. It's not a feed. It's not a subscriber count. It's having a system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money, to where you can do the work once, implement it into the system, and have that system working for you 24/7, 365, so you can get your time back and you can make more while working less. Having a system that you created working for you means that you're not relying on dopamine. You're not begging for likes. You're not banking on getting a bunch of views and subscribers. You're not staying on the content creation hamster wheel of posting each and every single day. Some of this stuff that some of these people do, and to not make literally any money from it, or if they do, so little amount. I'm like, that looks exhausting. Some of these people, they post every single day. They post multiple times per day. I'm like, for what? And then they burn out posting aesthetic nothingness. And then they end up making some type of video on why I quit, why I burnt out being a burnt out content creator, why I'm quitting YouTube, why I'm quitting this, why I'm quitting that. Let everybody else burn out posting all that aesthetic nothingness. You build the machine, you build the system, and always create more than you consume. And I know a lot of people, when I say this stuff of create more than you consume, they're like, well, you don't consume anything? Yeah, I do consume stuff. Yeah, I'm on YouTube every single day. But the stuff that I do consume, I'm looking at it with a producer mindset. I'm looking at it from a creator mindset versus a consumption mindset. So anything that I consume, I'm looking, what can I take away from this to help me become a better creator? When I'm looking at YouTube videos, if I'm being entertained or if I'm looking at something for educational purposes, if I'm looking at something for educational purposes outside of what I learned from the videos, I'm saying, why are they giving this information? What is the why behind it? So then I can start to reverse engineer and use the strategy of their creation for myself in something that I create. I'm not just consuming it. When I go to Trader Joe's to get my lemonade and my chili spice dried mangoes and my movie theater popcorn, I'm not just walking into Trader Joe's with the mindset of, oh, I'm just gonna consume all this stuff. I'm asking myself, what is it about Trader Joe's that continues to make me go back to Trader Joe's over and over and over and over again? What is the science behind that, which leads to me buying a book about how Trader Joe's was built so I can see how I can apply that to my business. Literally everything that I consume, I'm looking at it with a producer mindset. I'm looking at it with a creator's mindset so I can see how I can apply that to myself and better my business and better myself as a creator. No different than Jody did in that great American piece of theater titled Baby Boy. He's sitting there, he's seeing that he's spending money each and every single day. He starts to reverse engineer him. He started to look at everything with a creator mindset, with a producer mindset. He was like, yo, how can I do what they're doing and apply it to myself? You don't just want to consume everything. But I'm telling you, you'd be richer and better if you logged out, and you wouldn't just be better financially, you would be better physically, you would be better spiritually, you would be better energetically, and believe it or not, you would actually be better strategically. You'd remember who you are. You'd stop doubting your worth. You'd stop chasing someone else's dream disguised as a trend. This is your sign to unplug from the noise and plug in the execution like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, plus a private community and entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only a few bucks a day to join right now, literally less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description and tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff gets a lot more simple when you simply unplug from stuff, tune into you, get into alignment, and build what it is that you were intended to create. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. And if you have to watch another video instead of getting off of here and building something for yourself, watch this video right here for a step-by-step blueprint to build a 7-figure business. I'm telling you, it works if you work it, but it ain't gonna work if you just stay watching videos all day. You gotta take some action and implement some stuff. It's Credit at the Top.